Yo, welcome to Simply Bitcoin Live, we're your #1 source for the peaceful Bitcoin revolution. Cover breaking news, culture, magic warfare. We will be your guide through the separation of money and state. Today is a very big day. One of the the largest Bitcoin and altcoin exchange in the world, Binance, by volume, has just finished integrating the Bitcoin Lightning Network. This is a huge deal, not because we're a fan of altcoins on this channel. You guys are listening to Simply Bitcoin after all. We're a Bitcoin only channel. But because this is going to force other exchanges to follow suit, right? We know that when Pierre Richard was at Kraken, he was responsible for incentivizing or pushing them to integrate the Lightning Network into Kraken. So the fact that you have the largest, I hate using this word, but I'm going to have to, crypto exchange on the face of the planet, integrating the Lightning Network is a very, very big deal. Also, it kind of defeats the narratives of a lot of these altcoins, right? I don't know exactly what they're planning to do, especially now that, you have something that's cheaper, faster than, than whatever it is that they're selling, right? Also, another thing that's happening with CZ is we know that he's being sued by the SEC, and the SEC in that lawsuit, there's some criminal stuff in there. So, I think this whole Binance saga is not over. I think that there's going to definitely be some more news that comes out. But at the same time, this is a global phenomenon. This isn't just based in the US, right? So Binance, like FTX, is based overseas, right? So how much jurisdiction do they have following these exchanges? Are these exchanges just going to be isolated overseas? Is that the story of the crypto exchanges? I don't know. But I'll tell you what, as a Bitcoiner, I don't care, because I'm just staying humble, stacking sats, and shout out Vikingo, trying to stay solvent. And all of this is just entertainment and news on the sidelines, but it is a very big deal. This is going to, I think this is going to push the Lightning Network tremendously, and maybe, just maybe, I'm speculating though, maybe it gives a lot of these shitcoiners exposure to Lightning for the first time, and I think that once they get that exposure, maybe they'll start to second guess some of their decisions. Maybe that's too optimistic. Speaking of optimistic, how you doing, Opti? What's up, bro?
I'm good. Did you crack me up? If you guys noticed Nico laugh in the first 20 seconds of the show, it's because I'm laughing at him behind the scenes and you can't see it. But yeah, man, I think it's about time. And I also want to see other shitcoin casinos integrate Lightning, because I think your point is the point of this all. What's the point of all these other shitcoins on Binance now that they have Lightning there? And maybe people will wake up to the fact that layer 2 on Bitcoin is better than their shitcoin. Remember, they used to say the memes or the narratives that Bitcoin, 7 transactions per second. It's slow and clunky, the MySpace of Bitcoin, or the MySpace of the crypto. And there's no innovation. And here we are with Lightning and finally Binance rolling it out. So, awesome to see. It's what we always say here on the show. Like, the Bitcoin incentives stay strong, they stay winning, and it's only a matter of time until everyone coalesces on the #1, which is Bitcoin. Because
what's the second best? There is no second best.
Amen to that, right? All roads lead to Bitcoin. It's inevitable. You can't stop this train. You can't stop the honey badger. Bitcoin is inevitable. You either get on the train or you get left behind. Anyways, very, very bullish day. Guys, no more delay. Let's jump straight into the numbers. We got a lot to talk about today. Let's check it out.
The Bitcoin numbers.
Is your Bitcoin in cold storage really secure? Is your seed phrase really secure? Stamp Seed's do-it-yourself kit has everything you need to hammer your seed words into commercial-grade titanium plates instead of just writing them on paper. Don't store your generational wealth on paper. Paper is prone to water damage, fire damage. You want to put your generational wealth on one of the strongest metals on planet Earth, titanium. Your words are actually stamped into this metal plate with this hammer and these letter stamps. And once your words are in, they aren't going anywhere. No risk of the plate breaking apart and pieces falling everywhere. Titanium stamped seeds will survive nearly triple the heat produced by a house fire. They're also crush-proof, waterproof, non-corrosive, and time-proof. All things that paper is not, allowing you to hodl your Bitcoin with peace of mind for the long haul. Stamp your seed on Stampseed. All right, guys. Also, check out the QR code on the screen right now, scan it, and you could take advantage of the promo code. We always got your back, simply to get 15% off anything on the stampseed.com website. Anyways, everybody, at the time of recording, the Bitcoin price is 30,210 sats per dollar, 3,310. Block height, 799,099. Blocks to halving, 40,901. Halving estimate, April 20th, 2024. Total Lightning Network capacity, 4,872 Bitcoin. Capacity value, 147 million US dollars. Realized monetary inflation, 1.76%. And the market capitalization of Bitcoin, $587 billion with the B. Bitcoin versus gold market cap, 4.54%. And I just want to emphasize, I love the realized monetary inflation rate. I think it makes Christine Lagarde, start crying at night. Anyways, speaking of Christine Lagarde and the lizard people of the central bankers, shout out to Alex Danzig, the one and only legendary host of the one and only Cafe Bitcoin. Shout out to the best producer in the game, producer Jacob. He posted this video, and I think they're starting to say the quiet part out loud. Anyways, I'm gonna play the video, and then we'll check it out. And then we'll talk about it.
And that brings me to the other element that we say, making your life easy. So the digital euro will not be mandatory. It will be an option for the payer. But what we want to make sure that this option stays there. So we have this option now in the current world, so you can pay either with money provided by commercial parties, or you pay with cash, which is a central bank money. And we believe going to the digital age, it's important that this option will be there. We believe that with the digital euro, we can make the life of people easier, because the digital euro will be always accessible and also always accepted. And it will be the only single European digital means of payments that will be accepted throughout the euro area. You might all recall experiences where you could either not pay with your digital means or payment, and that you had to refer to other solutions.
Yeah. Again, if you guys have used Apple Pay, it's great. I keep talking about it, but it's actually a very pleasant experience. Obviously, as a Bitcoiner, I know that I'm using an intermediary. I'm using a bank is holding my money, and that's how Apple Pay works. But I'm talking about the user experience of Apple Pay, right? You click two buttons on the side of your phone, you go to little payment, the POS system, and it gives you a little haptic feedback, little dopamine rush to your brain. You're like, bing, I paid. Great, dope, awesome, easy, fast, simple. Why do we need a digital euro? I don't know. And I just kind of want to emphasize the facts, right? It's an additional option for now. Makes your life easier. We've heard that before. How many times have you heard the government say this is going to make your life easier? And how many times has that actually come true? To be specific, and I think this was Alex Stanzik highlighted, the digital euro will be the only form of European digital means of payment accepted throughout the euro area. So they're basically telling you this is the only digital payment form, with fuck the free market, F what people want to use as money. We're going to decide for them. But the thing that sucks for them is that Bitcoin at the end of the day is peer-to-peer. It's peer-to-peer. Right. So they could stop the intermediaries. Right. This is why it's so important to take self-custody of your Bitcoin using ethical Bitcoin wallets like Sparrow Wallet, Electrum, Moon, Wallet of Satoshi, Blue Wallet, and then hardware wallets. Obviously, we're a big fan of Jade, Cold Card, Foundation. There's so many of them. So it's just interesting how that works. The digital euro will be free for basic use like cash. Oh, great. It will be free. Anyways, what is the actual cost? So, we could tell you, look, guys, don't believe them. Don't believe the carrot and the stick. They have more sinister plans. They've told you what they actually believe. But we're gonna play you a clip from Ron DeSantis. Now, Ron DeSantis, he's the governor of Florida. He's extremely popular, and he just passed a bill in Florida banning central bank digital currencies. Now, it's interesting what his comments were about the Federal Reserve. The Federal Reserve is the central bank of the United States. Now, you can make a pretty strong assumption that the federal bank of if the central bank of the United States wants to get rid of cash and Bitcoin, you make a pretty good assumption that the central bank of Europe wants to get rid of cash and Bitcoin as well. And remember Christine Lagarde's own words, right, which is the head of the European Central Bank currently. She was the head of the IMF before. She said, if there's an escape valve, people will use it, right? So diabolical, those words too, if you think about it. Anyways, but it's, again, to emphasize, it's not Bitcoiners saying this. You have a duly elected governor of a state, a very big state, a very wealthy state, saying the quiet part out loud. I'm going to play you guys the clip, and then we'll talk about both the videos.
For those who don't know what CBDC is, what they want to do, and this is tied in with like Davos, World Economic Forum, all these people. They want the Fed, they want to get rid of cash. They want no cryptocurrency. And they want this to be the sole form of legal tender. And they have said this publicly at like Davos and these other places. For those who don't know what CBDC is.
So, and then let's connect the dots, because this is what we do at Simply. Just these news by itself it's just noise, but you have to connect the dots between the two, right? They're saying it right there. Alex Stanzik said it perfectly. The digital euro will be the only digital form of payment in the EU area, right? They're telling you, they're shoving it down your throat. So when I tell you, it is literally Bitcoin or slavery, I am not exaggerating when I say that. Like, it is not an exaggeration. It is, I'm being dead serious. You have to take this seriously. You have to take your Bitcoin into self-custody, do it properly, properly secure your generational wealth. Don't store it on paper, store it on titanium. But yeah, man, it's this is just I just can't believe that I can't believe that more people are not awakened to this, Opti. Like, I can't believe that more people are still asleep to this, to this reality. And that to me is, I think is striking, to say the least.
Yeah, I mean, to your last point, I keep asking myself the same question all the time. It's like, how do more people not see what we see, especially when they're telling us exactly what they want to do out loud? Like, they're not being shy about it anymore. And remember when we used to ask ourselves whether we were being hyperbolic when we were saying Bitcoin is slavery, and then like a month or two afterwards, it's like they're saying exactly what we've been saying for forever on the show. And again, this is not as just being paranoid or tinfoil hat Bitcoiners. They're saying this stuff out loud, and it's becoming very obvious that they really don't care. Like, they're being blatant about what they want to do. And remember what what I keep doubling down on is the meme of what CBDC really stands for. It's not central bank digital currencies, it's central bank digital control. And that's the framing. And they also keep coming out and saying that same exact thing, whether it's from the ECB, whether it's, the World Economic Forum and their ilk, they keep saying the same thing. We need a digital payment system that fully controls you, that has surgical precision to control every one of your transactions. And that should terrify you. I don't know about you. And yeah, we have played on the idea that we probably already do live in a form of central bank digital currencies, since everything is already digital. But now they want even more control. They want surgical precision in your transactions. They want to stop you from buying things that you want to buy, which is like meat and ammunition. Like, they can make anything like they can make anything that they don't like unbuyable. And they're saying this out loud, guys. Like for a while there, maybe we were being paranoid, but now we have literal video recordings of them saying this stuff. And so, again, I've been hitting on this message for a while as well. It's very interesting that those that want to roll out a CBDC, they keep framing it, or even shitcoiners, they do the same thing, framing everything about digital payments. Like, this is not about digital payments. Most digital payments in the world already work pretty well. Nico keeps talking about Apple Pay.
I fucking love Apple Pay. Dude, if you guys have an iPhone, okay, and then you go to the gas station or something and you have it set up and just click the two sides on the side of your phone.
Hey.
Bro, it's like ding, and it makes you feel good. You do the Face ID and it's like ding.
Whoa. Hey, dude, I don't use that. But I mean, I use my boys over at the Bitcoin company all the time with Apple Pay.
But you set it up with Apple Pay.
Yeah, exactly. I set it up with Apple Pay.
How fucking easy is it?
Just scan my shit. It works. But I mean, it's still funny to me to see the opposition, for lack of better terms, just talk about everything in payments. And it's like, payments are good. Like, payments have been good what it even says in the white paper. Like, for most transactions, like, the financial world works pretty good, but for savings, for buying things that they don't want you to buy, for having a global unit of account, that's what Bitcoin is about. It's not about digital payments. And obviously they wouldn't be doubling down on this narrative of digital payments if they didn't think it was working. So again, this is just kind of more credence to the idea of it's still early, and we still have to do our best to educate people and frame Bitcoin in the right light. Like, reject their framing. We all know what CBDCs is. It's not to make your life easier. It's to have total control over your finances. And that should not only terrify you, but also get you very angry, because, like, who are these people to think and have the hubris that they can control every aspect of you? Like, it's absolutely disgusting. But I don't know, maybe I'm an extremist over here. I'm a psychopathic Bitcoiner, but just saving Bitcoin, guys. We're winning. The more that they double down on this stuff, the more I know that we're winning, and we're on the right side of history. So just continue stacking sats, continue to educate people, to continue to get more Bitcoin into people's hands, because I don't want to say that they lost already, but we have the freedom tools and they can't stop it. So let's get more people holding Bitcoin.
Yeah, 100%. More people holding Bitcoin, and also on top of that, properly securing their Bitcoin as well, so that they can make it over the finish line with their generational wealth. And you could do that, guys, again, by storing it on Titanium. And you can use promo code SIMPLY to get 15% on anything on the stampseed.com website. You can scan the QR code on your screen right now. Anyways, everybody, no more delay. Let's jump straight into news. We got a tremendous amount of news to talk about today. Let's check it out.
The Daily News.
The Daily News is brought to you by Blockstream Jade, built by Bitcoiners for Bitcoiners. It's an open source hardware wallet for the cold storage of Bitcoin. Check out the brand new limited edition color, the transparent green Jade. Blockstream Jade houses a full color camera, allowing for fully air-gapped Bitcoin transactions, scan and display QR codes directly on the device, assign transactions, and verify addresses with ease. Use your Blockstream Jade with your favorite wallet software, such as Blockstream Green, Blue Wallet, Electrum, Sparrow. Get yourself a Blockstream Jade today and take self-custody of your Bitcoin.
All right, everybody. I also want to tell you about the largest Bitcoin conference on the face of the planet, Bitcoin 2024. It's not going to be in Miami this year, the year of the halving. It's going to be in Nashville, Tennessee, July 25th through the 27th, 2024. And you can take advantage of the early bird ticket specials for GA, $299 for an industry pass, $749 for a whale pass, $4,499. And you can take advantage of the promo code SIMPLY to get yourself an even bigger discount. Anyways, the big news for today, ladies and gentlemen, and this is a big deal, and I know you guys are Bitcoiners. And we're Bitcoiners too. So it's like, why are we talking about Binance? We know that CZ's doing some shady things, to say the least, to prop up the price of the BNB token. We know that it's come out, the SEC has alleged that he has traded against his own his own customers, right? So, CZ isn't exactly, what you would say a saint, to put it nicely. But the fact is that they are the largest cryptocurrency exchange by volume on the face of the planet. So the fact that the largest Bitcoin and shitcoin exchange on the face of the planet enables Bitcoin withdrawals via Lightning Network is a big deal. And I think that it is going to, it is going to further push Lightning Network adoption. Perhaps it even gets some shitcoiners to wake up and be like, hey, wait a second, this Bitcoin thing isn't so slow after all. So I think this is some very, very big news. This is kind of a big deal. And even though it's coming from shitcoin land. Anyways, so it goes on to say Binance has completed the integration of Bitcoin on the Lightning Network. Deposits and withdrawals for Bitcoin are now open on the Lightning Network. Please find your assigned Bitcoin deposit address on the Lightning Network within the deposit crypto page here. To learn how to deposit Bitcoin on the Lightning Network, please refer to the FAQ. Binance first promised to integrate Lightning Network when Bitcoin fees spiked in May. Binance Lightning node has been spotted on the network a month ago. Now, I just want to talk about this, right? Because this is what happens every time fees spike. Everyone always complains like, holy cow, the fees, they're going to become unaffordable. The ordinals, they're clogging this up. And every single time this happens, it spurs innovation, and it's beautiful to see, right? It's a forcing function for entrepreneurs, developers to come up with the solution. The solution is not bigger blocks. That's what the fork wars determined, right? The solution is scaling out a second layer. And that's exactly what Lightning is. Now, Lightning isn't perfect. I'm a big fan of Lightning for small transactions. I'll hold, a couple $100 on my iPhone, and I'll use that to receive zaps before Apple took it away from the Damas app on the on the App Store. But and I'll use it to pay other Bitcoiners for their proof of work, right? Or they'll send me some sats in return, right? So I am a fan of Lightning. I think that Lightning is developed, and I think Lightning is exactly for small payments. It's that old narrative. It's like, oh, you can never pay for a coffee cup in Bitcoin because the fees are going to be too expensive. That's what Lightning is for. And I think it does it really, really well. I'm a big fan of Moon, but apparently it has some issues when the fees are very high. Also a big fan of Wallet of Satoshi. I understand that it's not it's a custodial wallet, but in terms of ease of use, it is really, really easy to use. At a Swan Salon about, I think it was not last month, but about 2 months ago, I was just talking to someone, and I was like, dude, let me send you, because they were talking to me about Lightning, and I was like, dude, it's so easy to set up. Just download Wallet of Satoshi. You don't even have to sign up, nothing. Right when you download the app and the app opens, you're ready to receive sats like this instantaneously. And for someone's first exposure to Lightning and Bitcoin, and the fact that I could just go from my phone and I could, just go ding, and it's instantaneous. It doesn't have the haptic, okay? It needs to catch up to Apple Pay, but it's still very, very efficient. It's still very, very fast. And the BTC Sessions Ben Perrin was nice enough to give me a ring that had an NFC thing, and if you tapped it to the back of your iPhone with Wallet of Satoshi app, it sends 1,000 sats. So it's really, really cool. And I'm really glad that the largest Bitcoin and shitcoin exchange in the world has adopted Lightning, not because I'm a fan of CZ, not because I'm a fan of Binance. Obviously, we support Bitcoin-only exchanges. Specifically, we're huge fans of Swan, the best place to build your Bitcoin stack. But this is going to force other players to also integrate Lightning. And we've seen this before. This isn't just me talking shit. We've seen market forces do what market forces do best. When PayPal didn't have Bitcoin withdrawals enabled, when Robinhood didn't have Bitcoin withdrawals enabled, Cash App was eating their lunch, which is why they added Bitcoin purchases onto their apps in the first place. And then they eventually added Bitcoin withdrawals. Robinhood, which made that announcement at Bitcoin 2022, And PayPal, out of all people, PayPal hated Bitcoin. PayPal, in a way, Bitcoin actually kind of hurt some of PayPal's business, but they can't stop. The Bitcoin incentives are irresistible. And that's a theme that I want you guys to kind of internalize today. Just like BlackRock, right, was talking shit about Bitcoin 5 years ago, the CEO, Larry Fink, was saying, hey, this is going to be used, this is going to be used only for money laundering. 5 years later, what happened? Yeah, Bitcoin is just better money. It's just going to be in international forms of payment. Like, it's just people are not going to be able to resist it. That's just a fact, right? And I think that's exactly what's happening here. Anyways, some users are reporting unreasonable high Lightning Network fees when initiating withdrawals. So that's something to keep in mind. Anyways, Opti, I want to get your thoughts. I also want to see how much time we've been talking about this specific subject to see if we can cover another piece of news. So anyways, what are your thoughts, brother?
Yeah, well, first and foremost, obviously, it's about time Binance rolled out Lightning, and hopefully this will force other shitcoin casinos to roll out Lightning. I've been saying for a while, any Bitcoin or Bitcoin adjacent company that doesn't have Lightning needs to roll out Lightning, especially before this next bull run. Like, get that infrastructure ready now, because there will be a rush of people, and inevitably there will be a mempool clog and bad UTXO management, and we'll hear the same narratives coming out again. It's like, oh, Bitcoin's broken, we broke Bitcoin, fees are too high, it's too expensive. And it's really just because people aren't using the right infrastructure, which is obviously Lightning. And so on another point, though, anyone that is sending Bitcoin to Binance is playing a very dangerous game. And then again, what is your Bitcoin doing on an exchange anyways? It's not your Bitcoin if it's not in a, private keys that you control. So stop playing musical chairs with your fractional reserve Bitcoin and don't send it to Binance, guys. But I understand that a lot of people will inevitably go to Binance to buy their Bitcoin. They are the biggest shitcoin casino in the world. They probably have some of the biggest marketing in the world. And, if you're going to buy your Bitcoin from there, at least we have a good option of using Bitcoin and Lightning to withdraw their Bitcoin moving forward. So it's awesome to see, but it also destroys the shitcoin narratives, right? Like, what's the point of your shitcoin? Because I thought it was for faster payments, and, Bitcoin's too slow and Bitcoin's old tech. Well, Lightning simply works, and now we're having the biggest exchanges in the world start to implement it. So moving forward, it's obviously a benefit, and it's bullish for Bitcoin because the infrastructure is getting adopted. So that's awesome to see. Last point, the fees thing. I did see that as well, Nico, and I did dive into it this morning just for a little bit, and I saw a couple videos and a couple reputable Bitcoiners saying that the Lightning fees, I think they just copy pasted the ETH fees onto it. But from the videos that I saw, it is working. It's Lightning. It's working like normal. The fees are, whatever the fees are on the Lightning network. So they're not charging you an arm and a leg. So I think to that point, if that is true, again, I don't have a Binance account, so I can only kind of trust a few Bitcoiners on Twitter talking about this. It will incentivize people to use Lightning because the fees are extremely cheap, and Binance has stupid fees on their withdrawals. So obviously the incentives of Bitcoin still work. And then sorry, I'm gonna have to troll you a little bit, but did you just say that BTC Sessions proposed to you with a Lightning NFC ring?
Maybe.
No, I'm just trolling.
Maybe it happened. Maybe it happened when we touched the dips. I don't know. Maybe.
But I mean, hey, a little serious. When Coinbase, rolling out Lightning, because once Binance and Coinbase have it, those are basically the two biggest shitcoin casinos in the world, and it thoroughly destroys their shitcoin narratives. And what are the reasons for all these other shitcoins on their exchanges when Lightning is simply faster? It's instant settlement. It simply works.
Exactly. It simply works. I absolutely love that. It's just simply, bro, just stick to Simply Bitcoin. Just stick to Simply Bitcoin.
It's so simple.
I like that pun. Anyways, do we have time for another?
Yeah,
news?
shoot it. Who cares?
All right, let's do it. It is Monday. Let's give the people what they want. Some more entertainment / news. All right, guys, we tried to cover this on Friday, but we ran out of time. So talk about Ripple, and also shout out to Rustin, absolutely slaying the game like always, and he did an amazing clip covering this specific topic. But we wanted to cover it on Simply Bitcoin Live as well. So Ripple Labs notches landmark win in SEC case over XRP cryptocurrency. The Ripple Labs Inc. did not violate federal securities laws by selling its XRP token on public exchanges. A U.S. judge ruled on Thursday a landmark legal victory for the cryptocurrency industry that sent the XRP price soaring. XRP was up 75% by late afternoon on Thursday. The ruling by U.S. District Judge Judge Torres was the first win for a cryptocurrency company in a case brought by the SEC, though it did also give the SEC a partial victory. Now, hold on a second. Wait a second. Let's just read that again one more time. The ruling by U.S. District Judge Torres was the first win for a cryptocurrency company.
Much decentralized.
So why did they sue a company? I thought this wasn't a security. I'm so confused. And then I know a lot of people got very excited about this, right? And of course, Joe Carlisari and, Corey always just does an amazing job. Kind of, there's a little bit more nuance to this. And if you guys want to go through the full details of it, I really recommend Rustin's clip from, I think it was dropped yesterday. But anyways, Joe Carlisari goes on to say the court's ruling in SEC versus Ripple is essentially that it doesn't matter if the XRP token itself is an investment contract. It held it wasn't. What matters is that the institutional sales were a scheme the court found to be issued an unregistered security offering. It's about the overall unlawful scheme, not the token. And he goes, anyways, moving on to Corey's take on this. In today's summary judgment ruling, SEC versus Ripple, quote, Ripple's institutional sales of XRP constituted the unregistered offer and sales of investment contracts in violation of Section 5 of the Securities Act. The Wolf of All Streets goes on to say, yes, that was clear. Secondary sales are what matter for the broader market and for exchanges. Corey responds with, Ripple is super effed, wildly bullish for Bitcoin. Less money available to insiders via illegal pump and dump schemes means less marketing for anti-Bitcoin narratives. Check and Joe Carlisari saying XRP is not a security is irrelevant to the ruling. And last but not least, I want to read this for anyone looking at the Ripple rulings today and saying XRP isn't a security. Well, that's not how security laws works. It's the actions of promoters that determine whether it constitutes a security offerings. E.g., if you put Bitcoin into a fund and market it, that's a security. So there's a lot of, obviously there's a lot of legalese there and complexities and all that. But I'll tell you this, guys. I was never really a fan of the government stepping in and deciding what shitcoin was a security and what shitcoin wasn't a security. Also, maybe this is like unpopular with some Bitcoiners. If you want to go and gamble on a shitcoin casino, I think it would be hypocritical for me as a Bitcoiner, as a libertarian, right? For me to go in there and coerce you into doing what I believe is good for your money. If you want to set your money on fire, if you want to play roulette, like if you want to go to the casino and that's what these things are, all the power to you. I don't have anything against that. I think Bitcoin will beat these shit coins on the free market. I think the free market is going to do what the free market does best. And I think Bitcoin's incentives are superior. And I think that's why Bitcoin will rule the day. Full stop. Like that's what I believe, right? I think we go into very dangerous territory when we're rooting for the government to step in and save the day and say, look, this is the winner, this is the loser. But I also want to share this chart. This is the XRP chart compared to Bitcoin, and XRP has still not made all-time highs towards Bitcoin, right? Still hasn't happened, right? And it's in 2023. So this tends to happen with all the shit coins, including Ethereum. Ethereum hasn't made it's made all-time highs in dollar terms, but it still hasn't made all-time highs in Bitcoin terms. So if you've been holding Bitcoin this entire time versus holding Ethereum versus holding XRP, you would have more Bitcoin today than if you weren't doing that. Of course, you can speculate, there's going to be times where Ethereum outperforms and then you dump your Ethereum bags to accumulate more Bitcoin and you can get into the trading game. Or you can just do what we advocate for, is just stay humble, stack sats. 99% of people, of non-experienced traders, you're going to end up with less Bitcoin than if you didn't trade at all. Like if you just stayed humble, stack sats, right? That's literally why that line by Odell that he's made into a slogan is so powerful and so famous. He's speaking from a place of experience. Opti and I are speaking from places of experience. We've dabbled in I would say 99% of Bitcoin maxis have dabbled in shitcoins. We've gone through the shitcoinery before. We've done it before, right? And what we're telling you is like, look, you can try your roll at the dice, and I'm sure 1 out of 100 of you will get lucky, but the rest of you will end up with less Bitcoin than you did before. So I think that the whole XRP ruling, I think it's a big nothing burger. I think it's a bunch of BS. And I think Bitcoin needs to win on the free market. That's what I believe. I don't like this idea that I don't like this idea that the government, the U.S. government, is stepping in and saying, "Hey guys, all the shit coins are casinos. You guys, Bitcoin wins by default." It's like, no, that is contradictory to what Bitcoin represents. This is the separation of money and state. The state isn't picking what currency is winning, what currency is not winning. Let Bitcoin's incentives determine that. But before I get your thoughts, I also want to give a shout out to our awesome sponsor, guys. If you are not running your own Bitcoin node, you are trusting someone else's. And that's why we recommend our sponsor, the Nodl. It is awesome. Reclaim ownership over your money. If you're not using your own Bitcoin node, you're using someone else's. Get yourself your own Bitcoin node. This is the Nodl One. It's a full Bitcoin and Lightning node. It enables you to connect with both the Bitcoin and Lightning network. Your node acts as a back end to its most popular Bitcoin and Lightning applications you want to run. Running a personal Bitcoin node is the greatest addition and you can make to your financial privacy. And they also have, which is my personal favorite, the one that I use, is the Nodl Dojo. And yes, red does mean faster. So you could scan the QR code, guys, on your screen. It will take you to the Nodl website. But yeah, run your own node or you're trusting someone else's. Anyways, Opti, what are your thoughts on this, brother?
Yeah, well, shouts out to Joe Carlosari for clarifying all that stuff over the weekend, because when the news did break on Friday, there was a lot of going back and forth. Obviously, the shitcoiners out there is like, this is bullish for XRP, XRP to 589. That's a meme, guys. If you guys don't remember that meme from 2017, XRP is a shitcoin first and foremost. So, like, I also believe this was a nothing burger, and we don't advocate for you guys to trade. And if you are going to trade shitcoins, do not touch XRP. It is the giant shitcoin of them all. It's been around for forever. And I forget what the creator's name is, but fuck that guy. And they're like the economics of XRP just make no sense. They're printing like billions a day. Like it's retarded. But I mean, I think this is a good precedent moving forward. Again, we don't like to frame this as statism and cheering on institutions that are, in my opinion, illegal institutions. But hey, it is what it is. There are laws here in the US, and like, if you're issuing a security, like, there's laws here. Sorry, it is what it is. But like, I think too, one of the points that Corey said, and we've been saying this as well, is I think moving forward in this next bull run, like, where's all that degenerate shitcoin money going to go? Like, you can't trade in shitcoins now in the US. So all that money is going to finally go to where it belongs, which is in Bitcoin. So again, all roads lead to Bitcoin. This is bullish for Bitcoin. And just guys, avoid shitcoins. Like, if for whatever reason you're watching Simply Bitcoin and you have a bag of XRP, I would highly suggest you dump that right now and go into Bitcoin. Stay humble, stack sats, stay solvent, like, avoid the headaches, find Bitcoin Zen, go live your life, and provide the value. And that's kind of what I'm going to talk about in the culture today. I'm going to go a little left side of the bell curve today on the culture, Nico. But it's just so simple, guys. It's Simply Bitcoin for a reason. This is why we titled the show Simply Bitcoin. And this is why we always talk about Simply Bitcoin, because if you really want to make it through the separation of money and state, it is not going to be in shitcoins. It's going to be in Simply Bitcoin. Honk, shut up. He's going wild in the chat.
Yeah, I mean, dude, we'll get no, don't dump XRP, hold it and buy it. Yeah, I think Honk's trolling us hard. Honk's trolling us hard. Anyways, yeah, man, I think that's today's news. You guys, it's a bullish Bitcoin day. Starting off the day, starting off the week strong. Anyways, guys, we have been on an absolute tear for the last week, and we want your help to keep this momentum. Smash the like button if you're enjoying the show. Help us break 100 likes during the live show. We did that for 5 days in a row. Help us keep our streak 6 days in a row. Literally takes 2 seconds. All you got to do is just smash the like button if you're watching us on YouTube. If you're watching us on Rumble, smash the like button as well. If you're watching us on Twitter, smash the like button as well, the little heart button. Anyways, everybody, no more delay. Let's jump straight into the culture segment. We got a lot to talk about today, ladies and gentlemen.
The Daily Culture.
Brought to you by SwanBitcoin.com. Swan is the best way to build your Bitcoin stack with automated Bitcoin savings plans and instant purchases, serving clients of any size from $10 to $10 million. We love Swan because they incentivize self-custody and dollar cost averaging. What are you waiting for? Visit SwanBitcoin.com today. All right, guys, I want to tell you about the Pacific Bitcoin Festival. It is going to be the premium Bitcoin festival on the West Coast. You definitely don't want to miss it. You can take advantage of the promo code SIMPLY to get 20% off to 20% off your tickets to the Pacific Bitcoin Festival. Join our friends, including Corey Clipston, Jan Pritzker, Preston Pish, Lynn Alden, Natalie Burnell, Stefan Livera, Pierre Richard, Jimmy Song, and much more. The Pacific Bitcoin Festival has the top speakers, authors, and educators, work spots, networking, music, laughs, games, and much, much more. You definitely don't want to miss the biggest Bitcoin festival of the year, the Pacific Bitcoin Festival. You can take advantage of promo code SIMPLY to get yourself a big discount. Anyways, Opti, we're starting off with American HODL. Let's do this.
Yeah. Look, I keep telling you guys the same thing, and I'm only saying this because I've been through this. I've experienced this myself, and I really want to beat this message down. And it's the idea of what's the best way to get the Bitcoin message across out there. And kudos to Nico for saying this the first time, and it really stuck with me. It's the idea of what are we doing here as Bitcoiners? Yes, we can hit everyone with the logic, with the facts, with all, the intricacies and technicalities of Bitcoin, but few people actually care. What do they care? Does it work? What does this do for my life? Does this improve my life today? Like, does this make my life better? And this is something that I want you guys to also think about when you're orange pilling your friends and families, when you're talking about Bitcoin in good light. It's how is this going to benefit people? Yes, you can try to break down, the fact of the Federal Reserve, is It's not federal and has no reserves. You can talk about inflation stealing their wealth, inflation is theft, and all this good stuff. You can talk about CBDCs being a control mechanism, which we do every single day. So we're doing our best to hit you guys with the technicalities, the logic, the facts of the matter. But remember what is going on. People are emotional. Hardly anyone uses their brain anymore. So we are in the battle for the hearts and minds of the masses. But shouts out to American Hodl. Love him or hate him, I absolutely love him. He's hilarious. He's a good dude. He put this tweet out, and I couldn't agree with this more. And I will give you the Bitcoin message because this is what I do and this is my job. But I think Hodl hits the nail on the head. Look, you can hit people with the right side of the bell curve Bitcoin message, or you hit people with the left side of the Bitcoin message. They're both right. It's just, are you understanding who you're talking to? Because there is no correct way to orange pill someone. The only thing that matters is if you get people stacking Bitcoin and saving in Bitcoin. Anyways, Hodl goes, you could spend your life studying the esoteric, interrelated phenomenon surrounding Bitcoin, slowly unraveling its mysteries as you go. Or you could just be like, orange coin good, me Hodl long time. Both are equally effective strategies. And he says, honestly, the latter is probably more effective. And this is something I've learned as well. And Nico and I always talk about this on the show basically every single day. Once you start holding Bitcoin, Bitcoin changes you. And as we move into this bull run, it's going to be obvious to people once they're holding Bitcoin and, the price starts to move up that they should be holding more Bitcoin. And it's a positive feedback loop. And you can, go down and do what Hodl Magoo does here and hit people with the facts. And he just goes here in a tweet, like, Bitcoin has no intrinsic value. Oh, but, transmitting value through time and space is not valuable. It doesn't adhere to any sovereign laws, has no counterparty risk, unchangeable monetary policy, opt-in economic model, and low barrier to participation. Like, we hit on this drum every single day. We try to get that message across, but let's be honest, most people don't think anymore. You could just be like, orange coin good, me Hodl a long time as the price goes up. This is the way. And we're seeing that all it really takes is one person, one known figure out there to start endorsing Bitcoin for the masses out there to wake up that, oh, Bitcoin, maybe I should hold some just in case it catches on. And shouts at the Stack Hodler here because he summed it up again in a tweet. He goes, the CEO of BlackRock is on TV describing Bitcoin as an international hedge against global currency debasement. And yet 592,000 coins have traded hands at the 30K level. People still don't get it. Max Payne is up from here. And this is the point. Like, I say this all the time, sometimes cynically, sometimes just like being, a pragmatist, is like, if Bitcoiners were better at marketing, then the Bitcoin price wouldn't be going the way it is, because just my message here, my TLDR is, just look at yourself in the mirror. Is your messaging getting across better? Is your framing to Bitcoin getting across better? Because we do have the tools. We do have the superior technology. I am convinced that Bitcoin is a 10x improvement on gold. This is not about digital payments. It's about having something that you can save that literally holds its value and goes up in time and space. Like, it's a better way to use money in the digital world, a digital money for the digital world. And I'm just starting to, maybe I'm becoming the jaded Bitcoiner that I always talk about, but like, simplify the message doesn't mean water down the message, but we have the tools. And shouts out to Big Sean Harris. I think he's been kind of hitting the same drum in his own way. And here's just like the optimistic twinge at the end of this. And shouts out to Big Sean Harris, hardworking maximalists. And he goes, there are two prevailing and opposing mindsets that are currently propagating throughout the collective consciousness in the West. Those mindsets are the victim versus the victor. The victim blames his situation in life for his failures, and the victor makes no excuses. Choose wisely. Again, there's two messages that we can tell people out here. Like, you're on the attack, stay paranoid, keep your tinfoil hat on, or, hey, Bitcoin can improve your life today. There's something that will hold its value moving forward, a digital money for the digital world. It's the greatest opportunity in our lifetimes to improve your lot in life. And you don't need to have a lot of money to start. You don't even need to know anything about Bitcoin, even though I would recommend that you should study Bitcoin. But I think as the price moves forward, as we move into the next bull run, as we move into next cycles, it's going to be easier for people to become Bitcoiners because it'll just be ubiquitous with the modern world. And as price goes up, obviously, as the meme goes, we all come for the money, but we stay for the money, in the sense of everyone comes for the gains, but once you realize fix the money, fix the world, you realize that there may be something more here. And again, shouts out to Sean Harris, because this is what I always say, man. Provide the value, save in Bitcoin. But I really like how Sean Harris is saying this. I'm a hard work maximalist, especially when the work is smart. So just stay smart out there, stay humble, stack sats, stay solvent. Make sure you are understanding who you're talking to when you are shilling Bitcoin. We are in the game of winning the hearts and minds of the masses, and just try to avoid doing autistic rants on people as we move forward. Angle the Bitcoin message to improve people's lives today, and people will inherently want to improve their life. People are in pain right now. The world is in pain. I think everyone is waking up to inflation. Everyone is slowly waking up to central bank digital control. Everyone is waking up to the authoritarian, tyrannical oversteps of every government in the world, and they are looking for alternatives. Bitcoin is that alternative. We have the freedom tools today. Stay humble, stack sats, take Bitcoin into self-custody, back up your seed phrase, run a node, all the good memes that we talk about constantly. But it's really about angling Bitcoin so that more people understand it will improve their life today, guys. This is what I want to continue to beat the drum on. You don't hit everyone with this high level Bitcoin narrative. We do it every single day. We try our best, and we will give you the facts and the logic behind our thinking. But sometimes, Nico, I think we just need to be a little more left side of the bell curve. And orange coin good, me hodl long time. Number go.
I mean, it's not that complicated, right? It's really not that complicated. I think like the legacy financial system, I think they overcomplicate a lot of things on purpose. So
and that's the point, I think.
Yeah, and I think that they do that on purpose so that like not that many people can understand what is actually being said, what is actually being talked about, right? That's what makes Bitcoin so fundamentally different. Anyways, guys, I want to give a shout out to one of our sponsors, the Orange Pill app. They're building the social layer for Bitcoin. As crazy as this sounds, without the people, Bitcoin is just ones and zeros. Bitcoin is the people. Bitcoin is you. It's me. It's Opti. It's Satoshi. Download the Orange Pill app for iOS or Android and connect with other Bitcoiners in real life. Find other Bitcoiners that live near you, and you can even go into the app totally anon and search for other Bitcoiners by common interest. Orange Pill app is also the world's biggest repository for Bitcoin-only events. If you want to meet other Bitcoiners in real life, this is the app for you. Sign up through the App Store, and you can even pay in sats. And of course, Opti and I appreciate all the messages and the love and the support that we are getting. We appreciate it all, guys. Thank you so much. Anyways, Opti, it's the best time of the show, brother. It's time to review some freaking memes. Kaboom!
The Daily Meme Review.
Brought to you by Kaboom Racks. I get this question all the time. Nico, where should I buy Bitcoin miners? The answer is Kaboom Racks. It's the best place to buy Bitcoin miners. That's where you're going to find the best deals and the best prices. Start your mining utopia today. To check out their racks, you got to go to t.me/Kaboom Racks. Join their Telegram group and start your mining journey today. Kaboom Racks.
Kaboom racks. All right. Tweet to the bullets, memes to the artillery. Tag me on Twitter, Simply Bitcoin TV, for your memes. Drop them in our Telegram group, and I will find them. I will do my best to get your meme up here, and I will also do my best to not butcher your meme. And on that note, I am going to butcher this meme. So shouts out to Suli Kobayashi on Twitter, and he goes, "The time it took the U.S. to borrow $1 trillion. Bitcoin fixes this." And this is just a bunch of numbers here. And it goes, speeding up debt, a chronology of the United States race to trillions, trillion number, time it took the United States to borrow $1 trillion. I'm not going to do the whole thing because it's just ridiculous. But the first trillion took 195 years in the U.S. to rack up that debt. The second trillion took 4 years. And then the number slowly but surely gets faster and faster and faster until the 31st trillion is 6 months. Now, remember what I did last week in the culture? The last trillion they spent in 34 days. So what is this telling you? They are spending more and more money at a faster and faster rate. And hashtag Bitcoin fixes this. As long as they have the unlimited credit card of spending and spending and spending, they will never stop spending because they are not incentivized to stop that spending, or else it might blow up on them. As Fosso, he says, it's 11th grade math. They have to continue to print money to try to get out of the situation that they're in. Okay, anyways, this next meme. It is quote tweeting Bitcoin Magazine, and it goes, news, Texas Blockchain Council Director of Bitcoin Mining Analytics announces candidacy for Texas House of Representatives. Texas is Bitcoin country, and we have at the Rulers Broken on Twitter, and he's using the classic Drake Hotline Bling meme format here, and he's going, no, politicians getting into Bitcoin, nah. Yes, Bitcoiners getting into politics. I think this is a wave that a lot of us Bitcoiners have been seeing. Yes, you know me, I'm I am not, I would say apolitical, but maybe I'm like anti-political, but I'm coming around to it. I'm starting to realize the importance of getting involved, and I don't think it's enough to have politicians become Bitcoiners. It's about you guys out there, if you are so incentivized, to put your hat in the ring, because Bitcoiners are everywhere. They will be everywhere, and everyone will be a Bitcoiner on a long enough time frame, and get in charge. What's my boy Brandon always says? If you do not get involved in politics, then you will be run by your inferiors. I'm pretty sure that's a Plato quote that I just butchered. Anyways, this next meme is by Maxie's Club. And we got a female hodler. We got a wife of a Bitcoiner here, and she goes, counting down to holidays, and we got the Bitcoiner. No, the Bitcoin halving. We are counting down to the Bitcoin halving. How many days is it? I think it's around 300. I think it might be less. I don't know. Whatever. Anyways, it's soon. It's in April, I think, of next year, if it hasn't sped up. Anyways, this next meme is by Thomas Farrer. He's been killing it. He goes, if you don't believe me or don't get it, I will try to explain it to you, because this is very important. Hashtag Bitcoin, if you know that's a play on the Satoshi quote. And we have, 1 ounce of US gold coin in 1933, and it is $20.67. And you can see, $20 in $1 bills and 67 cents in coins. And then 1 ounce of US gold coin in 2020 is 1,700.
Wait. Opti. We have just broke 100 likes. We keep the streak keeps going. Guys, we appreciate y'all for smashing the like button. It really helps us push the orange signal.
And the 1 ounce of US gold coin in 2020, it's a stack of $1 bills, and it is a huge stack, adding up to 1770. Win 1776. Okay, this next one, Nico, this is a family-friendly one-ish. Shout out to Andres, and he goes, he tagged us, and he goes, ammunition fresh off the press. Maybe he might have stole Ropium's meme and updated it. And he says, I go to therapy, but nothing helps me. And he's just got all these social media apps and, some not so savory websites here. And then he goes, the Chad Bitcoiner goes, don't worry, brother. I know some things that will help you. Reading, lifting weights, saving in Bitcoin, meditating, praying. And I don't know what this book is here. I can't read it. But we have the solution to fix your mind. It is stack some sats. It is get right mentally, physically, and everything else will fall in place. Make sure your finances are right. Make sure you are getting outside, touching grass, hanging out with good people, eating good, and maybe you won't be depressed. Whoa, Jack. Okay, this next meme is by the Bitcoin Therapist, and he goes, you're early, hashtag BTC. And we just got the parabolic Bitcoin price, and it goes spot Bitcoin ETF before a little pump, and then we got a dump, and nation states start stacking. And then we're going absolutely parabolic with the Bitcoin price in this next bull run. You're still early. Bitcoin has not taken over the world. And this next one, shouts out to Dell. He dropped me this. This is a Nostr tweet or post or whatever they call it on Nostr. And you know me, sometimes it is just words, tweets, screenshots that are the memes. And Dell sent me this morning in our Slack, and he goes, this is a Nostr post by Lynn Alden, and she goes, good morning. A major financial institution reached out and asked to have a meeting about memes. Hey, memes are the bullets, tweets are, what's it? Tweets are the artillery, tweets are the bullets, memes are the artillery.
Don't count out memetic warfare, bro. That's
It's
all I gotta
memes
say.
all the way down, guys. This is the power of memes.
Life is but a meme. This is why we tell you guys to continue to put the Bitcoin message in meme form, in palatable, bite size, pictures, whatever. Make it funny. Make it make calls of actions. Ridicule the corporate press.
keep your friends' heads in the game because they are watching the memes, and it's memes all the way down. The memetic warfare is strong. And they don't want you to know, but what are we going to do? We're going to spread the memes. Anyways,
guys, if you want to help support the show, of course, everything that we do is free. But if you do want to send us some sats to help us stay on air, we are expanding. We are growing. We're trying to get you the most amount of Bitcoin content possible on YouTube. I think we did that. Simply Bitcoin. The little channel that could, I think we released the most amount of Bitcoin content last month out of a lot of the Bitcoin content creators. So we're super proud of that. But we need your help. If you want to help support the show, scan the QR code that will take you to our website. And there's a Bitcoin link there, and there's a Sats link there as well.
Drop meme review in the chat. Drop meme review in the chat. Okay.
Drop the meme review in the chat. My meme score. I'm gonna go first. I'm gonna give it the back of the Nodal Dojo, not the front, but the back. Yeah.
Much faster. So red.
Yeah.
Okay. I am gonna give it this Pacific Bitcoin sticker of get on the mission.
I like that.
This is all we are doing here. Get on the mission, stack them sats, spread the mission, spread the signal, because the world still doesn't know.
I like that.
That Bitcoin is the way. Okay.
I like that. All right.
One of these is good. Jeez.
All right, so we go. Let's start with me. Rope. I rate the memes the guy or girl who put the beat down on Opti last weekend. Sheesh.
Hold on. I got a sheesh here for you, bro. Hey, go fuck yourself, bro. Okay. All right. This next one. Nico. Wait, Nico doesn't know. I'll do it. I'll do it for my boy here because he's trolling me. Opti Fields, E-boy, ice cream, yum, yum, lick, lick. Score, reading E-boy, boys. Ice cream, yum, yum, yum. Doggy, wow. Yes. Oh my God. Yes, please. No. You suck.
Elaine, shout out Elaine. More Bitcoiners are born as Simply Bitcoin message spreads. 300 watching, 200 likes incoming, then climbs exponentially. Appreciate you, Lane. Appreciate you coming in every day to help us support the show. It really means the world to us. UTXO, we wouldn't be here without you. UTXO says, I give the memes a healthy helping of Schopenhauer.
He's a philosopher. UTXO hitting us with the philosophers.
Honk Hogan giving, hey, glad to see you back in the chat, brother. Honk Hogan says, giving my Metallica coffee cup. I love that. And rave elevator is, I score the meme steaks on the grill today. Love that. We got another score. Nico's score was false.
No, he's trolling you.
He did not give the back of the Nodal. It's true. Technically, this is the back of the Nodal for anyone who hasn't seen it. It's actually really, really badass.
Fact check.
So I got fact check in real time. So Planet Earth, give the memes if you got yourself a case of the Monday. Smash by more sats now. Absolutely. Are we buzzing it? We are buzzing it. All right, guys, we are out of time. Guys, thank you so much for tuning into another episode of Simply Bitcoin Live. If you enjoyed this show, you know what to do. Smash that like button. Consider subscribing if you feel like we provided you value. But the number one thing you can do to help push the peaceful Bitcoin revolution forward is share this content. Share all Bitcoin content. Don't share shitcoin content. That's counterproductive. Don't shitcoin. It's bad for you. What producer Jacob says all the time. I'm your host, Nico. This is my legendary co-host, Opti. We'll be back. I misspoke, everyone. Okay, I misspoke. Jesus, getting hammered. But if you guys do want to continue the after party, we are co-hosting a spaces with our friends over at the Pacific Bitcoin Festival, the largest Bitcoin festival on the West Coast. You definitely don't want to miss it. You can hang out with Opti and all the other Bitcoiners are just hanging out, trying to talk Bitcoin, trying to talk freedom and hope and prosperity. So definitely want to join that. But until then, guys, love you all, and I will catch you. Opti and I will catch you tomorrow, 12:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for another episode of Simply Bitcoin Live. Peace out, y'all.
All right, guys, you already know the deal. It is the Monday show. We are on Twitter Spaces. Come up here, add your 2 sats to the conversation. Nico is getting destroyed in the chat for his lack of speaking skills, but we got some time today. We even went long. Guess we didn't go too long. Anyways, come up here. This is a Bitcoin space by Bitcoiners for Bitcoiners. So I do not want to sit here on my soapbox for another 40 minutes talking about Bitcoin. I talked enough already. You come up here, add your 2 sats to the conversation. This is a safe-ish space for Bitcoin.